Top 10 animals surprising photographers in an unexpected way. What will happen if a wild animal suddenly pops up right behind you while you're engrossed in taking photographs in their territory? Obviously, your heart might jump up to your throat when you experience such proximity to an animal. Unexpected encounters like these sure can surprise the photographers to their core. However, it doesn't mean that all the animals are out to pounce on humans. Some of them are just curious about the photographer's equipment. Let's jump in to watch the 10 animals that will awe you. Number 10. Squirrel. While talking about the naughty squirrels, you must know that this animal can eat non-stop. It looks like the squirrel's tiny belly doesn't get its fill whatsoever. Taking advantage of this weakness, photographer Gert Wiegen gave some peanuts to the squirrel before taking a few shots of him. After eating the peanuts, the curious squirrel went to check out the photographer's equipment. She even grabbed the camera roll and ran away. The poor photographer felt like he was being investigated when the squirrel jumped at the gear's hand. It seemed that the squirrel was satisfied with his photographs, so he quickly went down to join his friends. Number 9. Elephant. Have you heard that once elephants were best friends with humans? Yes, it was a long time ago. Besides, we know that they are giant animals capable of crushing down with one blow. However, a strange incident happened with wildlife enthusiast Ewan Wilson. Perhaps he had supernatural powers to control the herd of elephants, because we still can't believe how Ewan and his crew managed to escape from this animal. Once Ewan and his team were retrieving their camera trap, they encountered a herd of gigantic elephants. The elephants wanted to check his Jeep with their trunks and say hi to other members. The photographer took advantage of the situation and started taking a few close-ups of the elephant. After that, the crew decided to drive away silently. Number 8. Meerkat. The passion of a wildlife photographer can bring him anywhere, like this photographer who went to the Earth's harshest place, the Kalahari Desert, just to take some photos. Sadly, there was no sign of greenery as a severe drought had hit this place. Even the availability of food is very scarce. In this desert, the photographer encountered a meerkat who became too friendly with him at their first meeting. You might laugh aloud to hear that the animal directly sat on his head. Indeed, many strange things happen in this world. Number 7. Wolves. How would you react when a ferocious group of wolves visits you suddenly? Well, we assume that you don't have much of a choice when it happens. However, your mind might go numb when we tell you that filmmaker Steve and his crew came back from the wild unscathed after meeting with wolves. Coming to the unexpected encounter, when the pack of wolves approached the crew, their first instinct was to run away. Astonishingly, nothing happened, and the wolves remained calm. They even let the crew pat them and then joined the team as if they were long-lost friends. Number 6. Leopard. We know that leopards are aggressive and agile animals, able to send shivers down a human spine. Once, a group of photographers and filmmakers spotted a fierce chase of leopard and wild dogs for food. Sadly, the wild dogs ran off with the dead prey when the leopard climbed up on a tree. After that, the furious leopard glanced at the crew and tried to pounce on them. However, the team managed to scare away this dangerous animal in the nick of time. Then, the hungry and angry leopard disappeared into the grasslands of the savannah. Number 5. Gorilla. Have you ever wished an encounter with a wild gorilla in Uganda? If you are a lighthearted person, then it's better if you don't imagine such an encounter. However, some tourists experience this once-in-a-lifetime moment with gorillas in the national park. In this park, you can see that the gorilla's habitat looks like a wild forest. On a particular day, the group of gorillas went to the encampment themselves. There, a photographer was pretending to hide in plain sight while the gorillas started to roam around him. The hilarious part is that the 3 baby gorillas sat beside him as if he was their friend. Number 4. Kangaroo. Once you successfully annoy a kangaroo, there is no escape for you. We remember an incident when a group of teens tried to take photographs of a young kangaroo. and then they even started petting him. Probably the young kangaroo did not like this frankness, so he started kicking and punching the teen boys. Not only that, the hyped-up animal even bites one of the boys. The poor boys screamed their lungs out in pain and quickly ran to a safe spot. Fortunately, the kangaroo was not a fully grown one. Otherwise, we don't know what would have been the fate of these boys. Number 3. Puffins. Puffins are exceptional seabirds who feed themselves by catching fish from the water. Their brightly colored beaks can entrance anyone who watches them. Once, a Russian photographer, Vadim Trunov, was out to take photographs of birds when a curious puffin came near to him. Vadim was surprised when it happened, but the little puffin was curious whether the photographer was an actual human or a scarecrow. While inspecting the whole body of Vadim, the puffin went under his legs to check the camera. After some time, the puffin stepped back, as if he was disappointed for not finding any food. Number 2. Seal. Do you know that photographer Alexei Trofimov wanted to experience a rare moment of meeting a seal? Unfortunately, he had to try his luck for 3 long years, because seals always disappear beneath the ice every time. It might be because they get easily frightened when someone is around. Later on, the photographer got rewarded for his patience, and one lucky day, a seal popped up in front of Alexei. It was as if the seal was permitting him to take shots by lifting its flappers. We can also guess that the seal said goodbye to the photographer when he was done snapping its photos. Number 1. Brown bear. What would you do if a giant bear sat beside you as if he wanted to share the untold stories of the wild? You might be out of your wits to do anything, right? The same incident happened with photographer Drew Hamilton when he was filming and taking snaps of other brown bears. Suddenly, a bear approached him and sat down next to him as if it was the most natural thing to do. The poor photographer froze in fear and did not dare to do anything. Thankfully, nothing happened, and after some time, he went on his way.